Hi, Dr. Ahadian here. After the discussion about the stress that we had last time, I got a question that was emailed to me. I'd like to read that question and see if we can discuss that. The question is that what is your thoughts on existential crisis, both anxiety and depression, and if there is any relation with earlier childhood losses and its relation to religion or loss of religion? Well, this is a very nice and interesting question about discussion of relationship of stress and anxiety and depression with regard to the losses in childhood and existential problems that we have. Basically, as far as the question goes, is that if there is a existing condition, like right now with the recession and the problems that's going on in the world in 2009 and worldwide problems that people are going through in every aspect of their lives, even wealthy people, poor people, mid-class, and all types of conditions. This is an existing condition that's an existential problem. Now, the relation between this existing problem and the stress that causes the depression and anxiety is obvious. Basically, the existing condition put the stress on the system gets frustrated and then reacts, and everybody then reacts differently. Now, the question about the issue with losses in childhood and religion and loss of religion is another interesting situation to be discussed. According to my opinion, basically, if there is a loss and trauma in the early childhood years, which is, again, that is another big story to discuss about what age, if the ages of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, the first 5 years are extremely important as far as the maturation and the molding of the human being's personality structure and the way we deal with the world around us. Besides the fact of the genetic factors and preconditions and our susceptibility and sensitivity as a unit, as a person. Now, losses in childhood causes destabilization, sensitization, problems related with adjustment, and if it's not cared for and helped and supported in that early childhood and the losses are not supported, then the future stressful situations is going to be very heavily shaking this foundation that has been traumatized in the beginning. The issue with religion and loss of religion, basically, is not my place to discuss about these issues. However, what I can discuss is that if we have a belief system and we have a certain system in our brain and in our mind and in our way of dealing with the object world, that we have some belief in something, belief in our mother, belief in our father, belief in our environment, then you can take it to the belief in the religion and God. And if that belief is strong, then the existing stressful conditions are not going to be able to push and to shake the foundation that is built on a strong belief, which is a strong supportive system. Now, everything could be work to our losses at some point. Delusional beliefs and psychotic belief could at some point help the individual to be stable throughout severe stormy conditions. But after the stormy condition is gone, then the delusional and psychotic perception and outlook is going to come to haunt us and to destroy us because of our delusional beliefs. Therefore, you can see, like in situations with paranoid schizophrenia, in conditions with regard to severe mental disorder, that there is a false and delusional belief system that the individual have with regard to getting super involved in religion, beginning to get very calm, very happy, put everything aside, completely get socially isolated, sit in the room, cut the TV off, cut his friends off, cut his family off, not deal with them at all, and say that I have found my goal, and get involved with God and religion to the extreme of inability to communicate with the society, then that by itself is going to be detrimental and causes severe trauma and problems related with the relationship of the individual with the environment, which is not going to be helping the individual. Therefore, the answer to the question of the existential crisis with regard to causation of depression, anxieties, obsessive compulsive disorder, and all other mental conditions is again related to how the foundation of the personality structure and how our foundation, as far as the support system that we got throughout our childhood, even though important to keep in mind the genetic precondition and the sensitivity and the nature that we are born has to do a lot with our ability to deal with our environment. But if we have a supportive system throughout the childhood, less trauma, if there is a trauma and loss, we have good support system to get help and to get through it, added to the treatment of our natural and genetic problems that we are sensitive towards our environment, these two together could be very beneficial to keep the foundation strong and be able to cause less damage when we have the existential and existing stress with regard to the current condition that we are dealing with the stress of the economical problems, then added to the social unrest, then to problems with acting out related with drug, alcohol abuse, and problems with anger, and the issue with regard to divorce, and the instability of the society secondarily to the stressful stimuli. And again, I hope that I've answered the question pretty good, even though a little bit in detail, but if there's any other questions, please keep in touch. My email is ahadddians@aol.com, and my website is www.ahadddianmd.com. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.